Hamburg's Hafen city district on the banks of the Elbe is renowned for two structures. There's Herzog and de Meuron's slick Elbphilharmonie concert hall and the red brick former warehouse complex called the Spijkerstadt, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But few noticed a small, funny-looking building under the railway bridge nearby. It seems barely able to prop itself up, so hard is its slant. This is the Oberhafen Kantine, the last Kaffeeklappe in Hamburg. Coffee houses such as this one cropped up around the Spijkerstadt in the late 19th century. They catered to the city's dockers and warehouse workers by sliding coffee through a hatch in the wall. And the Oberhafen Kantine is a tiny example that barely does justice to the social phenomenon of coffee in this city. We take the drink for granted now, but when the first beans arrived in Hamburg and the continent, the effect was seismic. There is even a historical theory, pushed partly by philosopher Jürgen Habermas, that coffee spurred on the Enlightenment, because people put down their beer and started spending more time in the sociable and often intellectual milieu of coffee houses. Of course, the proliferation of coffee in the city didn't come from nowhere. It was a lucrative import, and Hamburg was historically one of the top European ports, ferrying in raw coffee from the likes of Brazil, Ethiopia, Vietnam and beyond. Some of the world's most important coffee companies were founded here too. Elsewhere in the city, around the turn of the 20th century, there were 200 commercial roasters and about 60 coffee houses, significantly more than Vienna, which was arguably the hub of Europe's historic coffee culture. Today, Hamburg's coffee scene is much more sociable than a hole-in-the-wall joint on the wrong side of the tracks. The city abounds with many thriving third-wave establishments that pride themselves on the transparency of their sourcing and the flourishes of their milk cafe. And the port still sees an annual 700,000 tons of beans coming through. Meanwhile, for its part, the Oberhafen Kantine leans on. Rain or shine, Hamburg is sure to delight. Published by Gestalten, the Monocle travel guide to Hamburg gives a discerning rundown of what this sophisticated yet mischievous city has to offer. We've taste-tested the classic restaurants serving seafood by the netload and met the who's who of the art scene. We've hunted out Hamburg's most storied retailers, toured its most exciting architecture, and hunkered down in the best coffee houses, of course. So tighten your laces and don't forget that swimwear for a dip in the Ulster. Cities are fun, let's explore.